The language used on TV news programs. Language is used differently according on a particular purpose and particular setting. And now we have mass media.
Mass media is a medium of communication designed to reach the mass of people, given our newspaper, radio, or television.
News reports.
News report gives you details of the news story. Reporters or news anchors must choose their words very carefully. They must be unbiased, yet direct, and shall make the story very clear.
The language of news reports.
News report usually gives the listener information in an interesting but objective way. They often use the passive voice and words which are near synonyms. Using the passive voice makes the report sound more formal. For example, a news report from BBC News. Five men were arrested. Police arrested 5 men.
By putting the object of the verb at the beginning of the sentence, they take our attention away from the subject. So although these two sentences have the same meaning, the reporter is focusing on the result of the action instead of the people doing the action. Considering the sentence, 5 men were arrested. News reports use passive voice to avoid saying directly that someone has done something, and in this way, they try to remain impartial.
Synonyms, using words with similar meanings in a news report, keeps it interesting. For example,
As there is a lot of information in a very short time, it is important that we use words which have nearly the same meaning. If we hear the same words being repeated more than once or twice, we might get bored and stop listening.
by using near synonyms yacht and boat in the previous example, the reporter can keep us interested in the whole story.
The language of interviews.
An interview is a conversation between a host or presenter of a program or the interviewer. Someone who has been invited onto the program to speak about a particular topic is the interviewee. In interviews, the interviewer has more tasks to do than the interviewee.
The interviewer's tasks is to prompt or help the interviewee to talk more. Questions.
He asks questions to keep the conversation going.
Comments.
The interviewer gives statements in which the interviewee could agree or disagree to help him say more.
Summaries.
The host or presenter shows or says what the listener understood and gathered so far in the conversation.
Contrasting opinions.
This means that an interviewee has a point he can agree with and talk about further.
In this given examples of field, we could apply what Crystal and Davy has before stated, that
The difference of the language and styles of tabloids and broadsheet newspaper,
which we could also say the program,
is due to the difference of its target readers, listeners, and viewers.
Fowler emphasizes that each particular form of linguistic expression in a text, such as
Wording, syntactic option, and many others,
has its reason, and there are always different ways of saying the same thing, and they are not random, accidental alternatives.
In language, there would always be difference on how it is stated, presented, spoken, and its style used is depending who the audiences will be, what they would like the most, and stay hooked up on the best.
This video is about the language used on TV news programs registers in English. The presenters are
voila! This is Justin Angelo B. Roldan.
This is Cheneryl A. Ruayana.
Katrina A. Salita at your service.
yours truly, Rianne Grace R. Verdad, ABE 11 2012-2013. Thank you!